In 1995, the federal government reintroduced wolves to the West. For the 30th anniversary, I embarked on a 1,000-mile journey through wolf country. I talked to the people who brought wolves back, ranchers who fought the controversial program, and experts who say wolves are in trouble again. I'm Heath Drusen, and I hope you'll listen to Howl from Boise State Public Radio and the Idaho Capital Sun. Find it everywhere you get podcasts.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector, Idaho's daily news. Good morning, I'm James Dawson. Just ahead, we'll bring you the latest on an investor lawsuit against a soon-to-be-reopened gold mine in Idaho. The recent measles outbreak is seemingly tapering off in Mountain West states, and researchers are making progress on being able to better predict harmful algae blooms. It's Monday, June 23rd, and here are today's headlines. The mining company working to reopen gold and antimony mining at Stibnite in Valley County says it's close to securing the funding to begin operations by 2029. But as Troy Oppie reports, some shareholders are suing Perpetua Resources, who say the company misrepresented how much the project would cost.
The Stibnite mine in Valley County will simultaneously mine both gold and antimony, but mining company Perpetua is still working to secure all its funding. It just completed a more than $400 million equity offering and is working to secure another $2.4 billion, almost all of that a loan from the U.S. Export-Import Bank.
Because we will produce antimony, we've been able to receive our permits and have access to attractive financing from government agencies.
That's Marcelo Kim, chairman of Perpetua's board of directors, on an investor call this week. Stibnite would become the only domestic source of antimony, a critical mineral used for semiconductors and batteries. China is a major producer, and its government is now restricting exports. But it's the gold that will pay off. Stibnite would make Perpetua the largest domestic gold producer, and the company says the cheapest gold mining operation per ounce in the country. But after Perpetua revised its operational cost estimates in February, some shareholders sued, saying the 75% higher costs hurt their investment and that they were misled. Perpetua's stock fell with the higher cost estimate, but has since rebounded and reached 10-year highs. In a statement, company CEO John Cherry said the claims were without merit and they will seek dismissal. Meanwhile, remaining state permits for Stibnite are expected to be approved by later this summer. Environmental groups continue to oppose the mine and the negative effects they say it will have on fish and water. Troy Oppie, Boise State Public Radio News.
After resigning from her teaching position in the West Ada School District, the educator who refused to take down an "Everyone is Welcome" poster has a new job. Idaho Ed News reports Sarah Inama will join the Boise School District at East Junior High beginning next month. In a statement to the news outlet, Inama said, quote, "I am so grateful to be able to work within a district that knows the beauty of inclusion and diversity and doesn't for a second consider it an opinion but embraces it," end quote. West Ada officials told her in March to remove the poster, which shows illustrated hands of children with different skin tones and hearts on them. Inama says she will hang the poster in her new classroom when she begins her job in August. Harmful algal blooms, or HABs for short, are a threat to public health everywhere, and a threat to the fishing industry along the West Coast. A new study shows the potential for predicting HABs in ocean water, but as Troy Oppie reports, the science is a long way from being relevant in fresh water.
The University of Washington study was recently published in the journal Nature Communications. Senior scientist Brooke Nunn says they found specific classes of bacteria that appeared to be indicators of a coming harmful algal bloom.
My hope is that you could build these somewhat deployable assays where you could test it potentially daily using citizen science.
Lots more research is needed, she says. The same class of bacteria identified in the study is also found in freshwater systems like Idaho reservoirs. But cyanobacteria-toxic algal blooms are different from the phytoplankton-based HABs studied by UW. Darren Brandt owns Advanced Eco Solutions in North Idaho. They do a lot of water testing for the state.
It's definitely something that could be studied and could be potentially useful. Right now, the issue is less about being able to predict the bloom as much as it is about having the resources to just have a comprehensive monitoring plan.
Blue-green algae is naturally occurring. It can be monitored using satellite imaging with some ability based on color changes to predict when a bloom might be on its way to toxic levels. But even that requires long-term data to make comparisons and more resources than water quality managers have. Bess Belsberg is the Senior Water Quality Standards Scientist for the Idaho Department of Environmental Quality.
We go out based on reports. We don't have the time or resources to do a proactive type of monitoring.
So she says they'll continue to work to identify and notify the public of harmful algal blooms as fast as they can and educate the public on the warning signs in Idaho waterways. Troy Oppie, Boise State Public Radio News.
And New Mexico's top epidemiologist expressed confidence this week that measles cases have begun to subside in Mountain West states. Dr. Daniel Sosin says there may be pockets of exposure with a handful of cases, but he doesn't expect the virus to take hold.
We're seeing a lot of individual sporadic cases. It can be an introduction or it can be a primary new case with an exposure that leads to one or two cases, but doesn't spread further.
Almost 1,200 cases have been reported this year nationally, most of them in Texas. Colorado reported 1 new case last week, and Montana 2 possible exposures. And that's today's episode of The Connector. I'm James Dawson, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. To stay in touch with the news between now and then, check out BoiseStatePublicRadio.org or download the free Boise State Public Radio app. Thanks for listening.